Hey everyone, Sula here from MistyHilltops.com. Thanks for stopping by. I finished my January 2018 winter themed mini album, which is for 2 days. And so I want to show you how I did it. There are lots of process videos if you want to know how I worked on the individual pages, but this is the cover. It's this thick, and this is the back side with the ribbon showing through. I think I will be sharing free cut files of this album on my blog MistyHilltops.com, so make sure you go there and check it out and see all the freebies. So anyways, well, starting with the front or the main cover. So I put some die cut pieces and some stamping there to embellish it a little bit. And then this is the first page. And if you have watched the making of, the process videos of this, you know that at first the designs looked very much apart from each other because this binding, this piece of binding here was in between these two pages, so it looked kind of separated, but now that the book is put together, it actually is fully continuous. So, and also in between the pages, just to make the book a little thicker, I added strips of exactly the same size as the binding. I added these strips in between this book, and so that gives it room to be a little bulky, because all the papers, I ran a card along the edges just to distress the edges, and so that gives it a lot more dimension. So this book is a mixture where there's stamping and die cut pieces, and then all these word strips. They are from my blog MistyHilltops.com, where I share them as a freebie, so you can go and check that out. And then of course this is the digital version of the collection Hello Winter, the paper pack that I use. Well, it's a whole collection that comes with embellishments and all that. So there's a whole lot of embellishments that I added to this book that were much larger. This would be probably a 4x6 journaling card that I just radically reduced in size, and then added the title here. These are stamps for the background, and some more die cut pieces here. So again, here I watercolored some white cardstock and cut it out with one of my alpha dies, a stamp that I fussy cut, and so that makes this page. And as you can see now, the design is actually looking very connected, and so it was important for me to make sure I always used a ruler to make sure that the two pages would align, so that once the book comes together, it would be one continuous design, because I knew that the binding part of each page would be hidden. So here are more pieces of some die cut pieces. This is from the collection, the digital collection I printed out and then just ran like a postage stamp die cut. This is a watercolor with a stamp. So there's different ways. I watercolored it with a stencil actually. And then this is also the background I created with a stencil. All the videos, as I said, you can find all the videos on my blog. Well, all the videos of the process of how I create these pages are here at YouTube on my channel. So again, another continuous design here, and then this too was continuing, and a doily that I have a die cut piece with. Then I have to make sure that the pages, this is the first time I actually have put the book together, and so this is another die cut piece here with some a die cut alpha, and then lots of embellishments again. And so sometimes the pages are two separate pages, but a lot of times they're continuous design. Here for this alpha, I stamped the alpha with one of my, I have some just patterns, pattern stamps, and then I just use one of my die cut alphas to cut it out. The snowman is a die cut piece, and then I'm not sure if you can see, but this title says All That Glitters, and so stamp, but this I actually spray painted with some silver spray paint, and so it really does glitter. So that's very nice about this title here. And then this I created in Silhouette, and then had it cut out by my Silhouette, and it's something that I probably could share as a freebie when I share this album. So it's just a frame. And then here it's an alpha that is a die cut alpha, but it has a coordinating stamp, so I can stamp on top of it. And then some more, a mixture of the collection and some stamps, die cuts, and my word pieces again. This is another die cut, just it says winter, and then I just stamped the rest of the title there. And then here again, a mixture of die cut and a stamp. Here I made sure instead of just a simple circle, I ran a scalloped circle, and then I cut the circle apart. So that is that part. Here is another page with lots of paper flags, and then I accidentally, that happens sometimes, I printed a photo that I had already used, and so I decided I'll just put it in the back so that it looks like a stack of photos. And so it found its way into this book even still. Then this is a stamp alpha that I find it looks really pretty, that it has this two-layered look. And so here comes another lots of paper flags. This is one of the frames that came with a collection. I just cut it out in the size to match with the photo. This is a Silhouette label that I have. It's just to cut in large, but I just make it small and then use it to cut something. And then here again, a stamped title. Then here, this is from one of my labels. I'm sure it's a Lori Whitlock label that is in my design, my Silhouette library, and I just used half of it, clipped a paper to it, and then these are die cuts again, and also the title is another die, alpha die. Then here I stamped first, and then used one of my alpha dies to cut out the word Frosty there. Then a little different, so I wanted to just fill the entire page with some paper, and think that turned out pretty nicely too. And this is another one of my dies. And then I had created this alpha for an earlier page, but it didn't go very well on that page, so here I found another place to put it with. And then here is just one of the papers, again the pattern papers that I used for a mat. And this is the last page. This is another label that comes from the Silhouette store. Anyway, so this is my winter 2018 album. It's only for January 4th through 6th. There were more days, but I felt it was going to be too much for this album. I didn't want it to get too big. So, and the way that I do it, I put a lot to add so that I can add bulk to it. And so I put a lot of extra strips just to give it a little more space. So this is this album. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Consider subscribing, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.